Welcome to Brand Lover, honest, real, and lively conversations for flourishing entrepreneurs and budding business owners on a mission to cultivate a heartfelt brand that connects with their purpose-driven mission. My hope is that you walk away feeling inspired and refreshed with a weekly takeaway in your back pocket that you can apply to your life or business. Chances are, if you're listening to this episode, you are an introvert or you have introverted tendencies. You're a quiet soul, perhaps a homebody. You've never liked drawing attention to yourself. You prefer a cozy night in with loved ones as opposed to a rowdy night out, and you are just quite content in your own company and thrive in a peaceful environment. I basically just described myself. You started your business out of passion, whether that was a passion to use your skills and knowledge for a specific purpose, or perhaps out of the desire to have a more flexible lifestyle. But then, dun, 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 all of a sudden, you're thrust into this foreign world of marketing. You need to stand out to attract customers, but standing out goes against every fiber of your being. You just want a quiet life where you can do your thing and not be bothered by anyone. So you see all of the extroverts dancing in bright clothes on social media, and you cringe and quite honestly die a little bit inside every time you see them. So then what happens is you start comparing yourself and your brand to these showy, flashy, loud opponents. Lady, stop, because it doesn't have to be this way. How do I know? Because I am the biggest introvert in the world and I love marketing my brand. After all, I'm right here with you, sharing, all of my branding tips. So let me share 3 reasons why you can learn to build a brand to suit your personality too. Number 1, it's not about you. Your brand is not even one little bit about you. Of course, you need to feel aligned and at ease with the image that you're projecting with it and the message that you're sending, but it's not a parade. You're not in business to draw attention to yourself. You're in business to serve a need or a desire, even if you're an e-commerce business. So take the pressure off. It's all about your customer. Isn't that a relief? So number 2 reason is standing out doesn't necessarily mean what you think it means. Of course, your brand needs to stand out. Of course it does. Otherwise, how are you going to attract new customers? But that's the whole point of branding. Following on from my first point, I just want to reiterate this. It is not about you. You don't need to stand out as a person, but your brand needs to be attractive to the right people. So you need to tailor your brand to be a magnet and stand out in the right way to your most aligned customers. And that should also be a relief. And the third point is being in business, it's like popping on a never-ending personal development roller coaster. None of us expected it, I promise. It's like a serendipitous surprise or a curse, depending on how you look at it. But, for everybody that enters this crazy world that we've decided to thrust ourselves into, but you may as well strap yourself in and get ready for the ride. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would have my own podcast, let alone upload video recordings of it to YouTube. But I am years into my journey now, and it has taken me this long. I have only had this podcast for 1 year, and even at that point, it was scary when I first started. So without edging out of my comfort zone with small, manageable steps, my brand wouldn't be what it is today. And trust me, I still have a long way to go. But I suppose my point here is don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 15. Just start wherever you are. Say yes to opportunities that scare you whilst still honoring who you are and what you stand for. Protect your introverted energy and make sure you are filling your cup between bouts of courageous steps outside of your own comfort zone. So in summary, I want you to know that you can 100% cultivate a successful, authentic brand as an introvert. And in fact, a lot of successful entrepreneurs are introverted. So take that as inspiration. Lean into it as your superpower, knowing that like-minded souls will be attracted to your brand, regardless of the flashy, loud sirens either side of you, particularly on social media. So, in fact, you might even be surprised to see that your quiet demeanor and your more peaceful brand is the exact reason you stand out to those people, your people. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this week's episode of Brand Lover, take a screenshot of wherever you're listening and share your biggest takeaway on Instagram or Facebook, and don't forget to tag me. I'd love to give you a shout out and thank you personally. Also, feel free to subscribe and leave a review to help the Brand Lover podcast reach more heart-aligned entrepreneurs just like yourself. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week.